Hey guys, I'm back at my favorite stump. I love this stump. I'm gonna keep saying I love this stump. There's some skydivers you're gonna hear in the background. I cannot tell you guys how much I love my new location. Anyway, so what we're looking at today is the first budget blade box contents from Poor Man's Preparing. So Poor Man's Preparing, PMP, the same guys that bring us the prep box, which is the kind of flat rate, one fee, no frills, no fluff, quality over quantity subscription box that we do every month. So what Jason, the owner of PMP, has done is he started a budget blade box, which is one or two decent. We're not looking for like super high end. We're not expecting like $100 knives. He's selecting good, affordable value for your dollar blades. I say subscription box, but it's really not, because one of the things that separates the way that PMP works is that you sign up for it month to month. You're not locked in. You don't do you don't sign up and automatically get charged. So you do have to every month go and reorder your box if you're into it. But this is the first ever PMP budget blade box right here. The reason it's not in a separate box is because I ordered it with the actual prep box, so it all came in the same package. So the price for the budget blade box every month is about $30. This month we've got the Mora 546, also known as the Craft line. Once upon a time I didn't know about Mora, and I actually said in a video where I got my first Mora, and I believe it was either a 546 or it was a Mora Pro S, I can't remember, but very similar, probably identical model knife, and I saw it in Battle Box, and having never seen a Mora before, I was like, what is this plastic kitchen knife looking piece of crap, And it will stand in time for one of the dumbest things I've ever said in a video, because after that, I was educated by my viewers about, you don't know Mora? What's wrong with you? And now, Mora is, when I need to recommend a well-priced bushcraft field knife, something that's just reliable, Mora is one of the go-to brands. So anyway, we'll look at this in a sec. And then we've got the Kershaw grinder, which is something I haven't seen before, honestly. I mean, I've seen it online. I've thought about buying it, to tell you the truth. So it's part of Kershaw's affordable line. Kershaw has some knives that are quite expensive and some that are not. And this is one of the more affordable knives that Kershaw has, of whatever they call this, Normal GPX, or glass filled nylon. It's plastic handles, some stainless steel, but speed safe, which is the best, as far as I'm concerned, best spring assist opening system out there. And we'll take a look at both of these as we go. So we're gonna start probably with the Mora. I posted online the other day a picture of all my, not even all my Moras, because there are a couple that I forgot. I have overall, I think, 30 Mora knives now, since that horrible mistake I made. So Mora is a Scandinavian knife company. They make just different models for different things, and they really take their knives seriously. For the most part, they are very affordable. There are some high-end versions out there. Even the low-end, the budget-priced Moras, are super reliable, tough knives for the field. And I also do use Moras in the kitchen, too. I have some Moras, and my Patreon guys get access to an exclusive video series called Cooking with Doc P, and, where I talk knife stuff, and I use knives that you might not normally use in the kitchen, but I, do cooking with them in the kitchen. Moras always make an appearance, because they're just great all-around blades. So the 546 is kind of the basic Mora. In fact, you can find them, if you like it, in many, many different colors. In fact, this is on my Amazon influencer under video reviewed knives and favorite fixed blades. And like I said, so you can find this in many, many different color combinations. This one is a relatively thin piece of steel, but the thing is, they're tough and they're so cheap that if one breaks, you don't really feel all that bad about it. They're lightweight. The sheath is just a plastic, it's not even polymer, it's a plastic type sheath with this belt clip. what you can do here is you can actually, what Mora designed it for is Scandinavian work pants or overall buttons for you to hook the sheath directly onto there. But what people have found out you can do is you can actually daisy chain different Moras together with this little feature here. But what you can also do is take some cord, and well, this is for cut test, but I can demonstrate it. If you were so inclined, you could make yourself a little tie down feature to strap your Mora in using that right there and secure your knife. There's all sorts of things, people have all sorts of little tricks with the sheaths with Mora. Now, this isn't the only sheath that Moras come with, but we're talking about this specific model right here. The sheath here is not like a super rugged one. It will come a little bit loose because, again, budget knife. It's not like the high-end one. But, I've never had one just like pop out as I was carrying it along. But that's why it gives you the ability to tie it down. The blades usually do come very well finished, though. And it is a budget brand knife. Not budget brand, but you know what I mean. Look at that. Moras are renowned for their finishing, for their value to price, and I'm not doing the ratings on this because it's just kind of like an unboxing of everything, but value to price is what you get with a Mora, and that's why this knife is in this box. There is almost no better knife to put in a bug out bag, or any kind, almost anything. Moras are awesome, and I will never ever live down I can't believe I said such a stupid thing about Moras in the initial video where I first saw my Mora, for the first time. In fact, it led to a video. I'll put the link in the video description where I got some Air Force friends of varying experience and background, and we took, I think, 8 or 9 Moras in my old backyard in Florida and just beat the hell out of them. Even did some crazy things you would never do, like using the edge to strike ferro rod to see how the edge would hold them. So the Moras did amazing. So I'll put that. It's a fun video. I'll put that link in the video description. So the Mora 546, although very inexpensive and a very basic knife, is a great knife to have out in the field. I absolutely love this knife. It is designed 110% for you to do all of your bushcrafting kind of survival tasks with, in the most affordable package possible. Whether that's making little tiny curly cues to start your fire with, or full on, crafting whatever you need to. Full survival type stuff. This Mora will do it all for you. Now, they have bigger, badder, more expensive Moras, but the 546 is kind of, I would say, one of the greatest intros to the Mora line, if you're not familiar with it. And like I said, lots of different color options to fit your particular color profile. So awesome knife to have. And when I do my whole Mora collection, you'll see how many of the basic Mora configuration I actually have. Just because they're so cool. So let's get this off the stump. I was going to say off the table. Now let's take a look at the Kershaw grinder. It's got an interesting shape, which is kind of what I was looking at for a while. Now, construction is the standard lower end Kershaw type stuff. So, and I'm not bashing it, by the way, because my very first, the knife that started my channel, the Kershaw Compound, was exactly this kind of construction. It was the black glass filled nylon handles, scales. It was this lightweight steel liner. It was the speed safe system, and it was a blade of, either 8 or 9 CR13 steel. I don't know specifically what this has, I'll have to look it up. But, obviously shape is different, but it's almost the identical knife. This one does have a nice deep carry clip, though, which is cool. Tip down only, but it is left or right. Little bit small. Great for EDC use, though. This is the kind of knife that you can carry around in your pocket, and I think it's legal in most places. Except all those places where you can't have a spring assist knife, or you can't have a knife that opens with one hand, or any other of those stupid laws. But really nice jimping all the way along the spine of the blade, so somebody really thought about this. And this has a really nice gentle curve in the spine of the blade. So if you were so inclined, even though it's got a kind of a small handle there, and it has no real choil to speak of, you could actually position your hands to get really nice control over that tip. And that's a pretty nicely done tip for any kind of fine work. And that jimping's going to hold your finger in place pretty well. Because it is spring assist, you don't have to worry about detent or anything like that. So you have some nice jimping on the flipper there, but no matter how you choose to activate that flipper, it's going to come out. No travel on the lock, no stickiness. And centering was just a tad off anyway, but it hasn't moved. No blade play. It's nice. These kind of lower end budget Kershaws are very often, sometimes look, you're getting exactly what you pay for. I like Kershaw. I do. I love Kershaw. They have some very nice, inexpensive knives. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're kind of meh. You never really know what it is you're going to get until you actually get it and put your hands on it and mess with it. So the grinder is one of those knives where it's got, it's pretty good styling. Great entry-level knife. A lot of times people are like, hey, recommend to me an entry-level knife. I want to get into knife collecting. And there's so many out there, it's so hard, but it's nice to be able to put your hands on one and be like, hey, this is, entry-level right here, And what's cool is this general shape just lends itself well to doing custom scales or whatever else. If you wanted to, we could work with it, which is nice. That's one of the reasons I picked the Kershaw compound. By the way, long out of production, don't look for it. But, that way I could, I picked the compound because I figured it would be a good one to start learning custom stuff on. So, for those of you guys who'd like to start learning custom stuff, models like this are great because they're not that expensive. If you screw it up, you screw it up. But I mean, it's a nice platform to start learning that stuff on. So, very good finishing right out of the package. I didn't think Jason was going to pick out some crap cheap knives, not like M-Tex or anything. A little bit more effort with the pull through, but it did it. Very nice slice. And using that jimping up there, we can just work that fine tip as we need to. Pretty good. And given as this is a prep box product, that is an excellent, you get a really good hold on that for doing whatever. If we just want to take some bark off, or if we want to go all the way down into the wood. Say I want to make a notch here. Let's see. This is not the kind of knife that I would primarily want to carry in a situation like that, but if this is what you got, oh, there you go. It works. Two good choices for the first edition of the budget blade box. I really love Mora knives. I think they make great knives for all sorts of stuff. And Kershaw, how many Kershaw knives have you guys seen me say are awesome? And I think, the budget blade box is going to be a permanent fixture on this channel that you guys are going to see. So guys, what do you think? Those of you who are into the prep box, what do you think about Jason putting out a monthly knife thing as well? Something you're interested in? Yes, no? I'm definitely, obviously, me. Yeah, I like it. Both these knives would go into the I like it pile if I was rating them. For sure. I'm excited to see what he comes up with next. I know we're going to have an Ontario Utilitac as well as something else that's a mystery so far. So, we'll have to see what they are. But waiting to see what you guys think. Don't doubt the Mora. Don't do it. Don't make that mistake. The thing is, once a box is sold out on PMP, that's it. You can't get it again. Every once in a while he has some extras, but you've got to keep ahead of it and check his website out. So both of these I'll put on the Amazon influencer list, for anybody who missed them, who's interested in it. They'll be under video reviewed knives. This will be under favorite fixed blades because I love Moras. but you guys can check that out. And stay tuned to see what we've got coming up in box number 2. And I think sales for box number 3 are going on right now. You know, you guys can also, because I know Jason actually gives a crap what his customers say, and he checks the reviews, and he participates in the comments. So what other kind of stuff might you want to see in the budget blade box? You can throw that in there too. Make sure you guys take some time to check out all the links in the video description. Got links to all sorts of stuff: Facebook, Instagram, the Discord server, which I need to get back on. I used to spend a lot of time talking on the Discord server with everybody else. I don't. Awesome bunch of folks on there. Aiden is on there now too, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but he's a cool guy, and he'll have fun there with everybody else. Think about joining up on my Patreon team and helping me bring bigger, better videos to the channel. And all the stuff that goes along with that, as well as my email stuff. You know, if you want to get in touch, things like that. I'm always answering questions for people. I always make time to answer questions and help people out when I can. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I want to go play in the woods for a little bit with the boys because it's a beautiful day. So I hope you guys are doing something fun. And remember, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.